Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PlayStation Plus podcast, episode 27. Today, we will be talking about ethics in the gaming community. We're going to try to keep it as civil as possible, and let's just see where it goes. How you guys doing today?
Yeah,
all right.
If you guys are new here, make sure to share this video out, subscribe, give it a like. We're going to have some fun today, guys.
Let's go in.
Someone has an echo.
Oh, someone does? I don't hear it. Is it me?
I don't know. I'll back off from the microphone a little bit. I know if I get too close, it's.
I don't know who it is. I'm sorry. Great start, everyone.
Hopefully it's not me. I turned my mic off, but
I've been muted, so it wasn't me.
It's me.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't hear anything, Max. Max is hearing his own echo.
I had Wow, professional. Yeah, that was me. I actually had the link up in another tab, and it started. Oh my goodness, that was my fault. I'm hearing voices, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great start. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Brian. Yes, if you're new here, please subscribe for hot conversations. We're trying to be civil. We don't want to start more drama. There's enough as it is, honestly. But we're going to talk about ethics in the gaming community. Some of the big players. Why is Tommy Tallarico in the thumbnail? Well, listen, you've heard a lot this year. You've heard a lot about the Amico in the gaming. If you're for or you're against it. And some recent conversations have come up about the ethics of some of the Intellivision videos. Shout out, a little mini shout out to Tony T, the Geek Getaway, because he brought this up, and I wanted to tell him he's completely wrong. Ethics are if you're reviewing something or if you're paid for something that you have to disclose. So, Relic. Oh, he didn't go to the specific event, but he was shown the Amico that weekend. He only has to disclose or have you disclose something if he paid you for your reactions. So, did anyone you know in the Amico community get paid for the reactions?
No, in fact, a lot of people have paid their own money to get to those events.
So he didn't.
I spent at least $1,000 just to get down there. So it's completely the opposite.
All right, so he didn't give you one way. He didn't pay a round trip ticket, plane ticket for you to go to the. I mean, that's coming though, right? That's coming, Relic, right? Tommy's gonna pay you next time.
Yeah.
No, but that's it. This comes up a lot in the community: shilling, e-begging, and conflicts of interest. And I understand that. Listen, why is let's get radical Rick, little icon in the thumbnail too. He's one of the first that called out the excessive e-begging in the community, and I understand that. But after it's gone so far, the community surrounding e-begging and shilling that are against it have become so volatile, aggressive, and ridiculous that it's killing the community. It's killing the growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest too. People that call like Overthink Gaming here, he seems like a legit dude, but his videos, I mean, he is a natural presence. I do think he could be very successful on this platform. He is successful. His channel, and I comment on other YouTubers as well, but it's more like gatekeeping, like saying when the new people come in the community, giving a critique when they're not in that type of content at all. And it puts a lot of heat and eyes on it. And it's very aggressive towards women entering this community, making it very uncomfortable, creepy. I know we're not going to address the specific thing that happened this week. Very creepy. It's really something that a woman should not have anything to do with.
No.
And I'll do another call out right now. Level 1 online. I know some have given him props for addressing some of the trolls, but there's some really nasty comments in his too. And when we use these ladies in the thumbnail and we're presumptuously white knighting for them, we're not helping the situation either. We're just giving it more eyes and using their image for clicks as well. Like I saw a video saying another potential stalking victim. How does that help the situation at all? It actually makes it worse. It really makes it worse. I wanted to get also a few. Saggy, are you okay yet? Or well, she'll be. She just got out work, so we'll give her some time. Any initial thoughts on what's? Well, maybe Matt. What have you heard? You said you're kind of fresh to this conversation about shilling for companies, e-begging. What's your thoughts on it? Your initial thoughts on it?
Everyone's got a label for everything, apparently. Like, it's just crazy to me. You can't hate on something. You can't support something. You just can't do anything with anything because there's a term for it. That's just, to me, that's kind of pathetic. Like with what's going on. I mean, with the negativity, like for e-begging, I mean, like I can see the conflict with that and how like that could be looked down upon. It's just, I don't know, man. Just a lot of people just like talking and hearing themselves talk, and it's just like, you know, let people rock. Let them do what they want.
Yeah,
I agree with Matt. It is pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It's I mean, you can't do anything without the label. And the reality is like just what you pointed out, Max, at the very beginning. You talked about, well, if you do this, this over here is white knighting. This over here is shilling. This over here is this. It's like you're better off just completely staying silent and not conversing about anything at all, because if you express anything, you're going to get labeled as A, B, C, D, E, or whatever the alphabet, the alphabetic letter for it actually is. So,
and I want to add to that, to what you're saying, because when you look at, like, people will say, okay, we notice this heavily in the Amico community, that there's like the people that coin me as like, oh, I'm just some obsessed fan. And then there's like this other group of people that hate, right? So you take those two contrasts. But the thing is that if you take the history, I'm pretty new on YouTube. I actually stumbled onto YouTube just to kind of like, I was learning things on how to fix things and stuff like that. And I learned about the Amico. I didn't even know who Tommy Tellerico was till early last year. I didn't know his history. I had never been to any of his concerts. I knew nothing. But that's when I started noticing like all this piling on of hate. And I was like, oh, well, let me check this out. And I'd start looking up and researching stuff like a consumer should, and nothing was adding up. So I'm like, well, if you can't prove it, then quit lying about it. If you can't put your foot down and say this is what it is. So now, because I've done that research and I've gone out of my way to point out those lies, the little misleading points, I'm all of a sudden coined this big time fan. Well, sure I am, because I'm going to defend people who are being mistreated. I don't care if it's a millionaire trying to make a console, or if it's some little YouTuber who's just trying to get his feet, out the door. It's just weird behavior. But on the same note, they call people like, oh, you're just doing this to get your subs. I don't care about subs. I'm just having fun on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But you can't tell me they ain't doing the same thing. When you look at all their content is on one subject. What are they trying to gain? They're going to start a YouTube, do a video trying to, do a challenge. So, hey, I'm going to be better than all these shills. You're shilling for the same thing, just that you hate it. That's the same thing to me.
Or the ethics of always crapping on stuff and then say, here's my Patreon, like Pat and Ian do with the CU podcast. They're shilling towards a narrative where everything's trying to scam the consumer. But here's Zeno. You don't review your friends' products. That's been an unethical thing for hundreds of years in the press. They're not hiding it, though. I understand your point of view, Zeno, but they are not hiding that they're friends with them. And the only way they have to disclose
how is it unethical?
Here's where they would have to disclose something if they were paid for it or sent it for free. That's where they would have to disclose
look at any YouTube channel lately. I mean, if they say they got a review copy, they always say, "Hey, this review copy was provided by so and so." Like, oh,
now that's a thing YouTubers didn't do in the past, and they got called out, and there was actually fines. That's where you have to do it. Relic, I understand the perception. That's your opinion, though. So that's your personal opinion, but there's nothing unethical about Relic paying his own way, going there and doing reaction videos. And there's nothing unethical about Tommy making a edited video for television where people's reactions saying it is open to the public, because that event was open to the public. Did he invite people to a public event? Yes, he did. Okay. Tony is back in the stage. Okay, we'll keep this nice, Tony, if you want to talk. All right, we'll keep it. I don't want to blow out, because I know this is the opposite of what I want. Let's have a civil conversation. Okay, Tony, you're here. Do you have anything you want to address about the topic?
Okay, first off, Max, you know what ethics are, right? Because ethics don't just matter if you're getting paid to do something. You have to have ethics all the time. This isn't just one-off thing that you have ethics when you're getting paid to do something. You realize that, right?
The ethics on the internet, you have to disclose if you're being paid for your reaction.
Disclosure. That's not ethics. Ethics are something you have regardless of being paid or not.
It's your opinion. It's your opinion.
It's morality.
It's your opinion. Do they have to disclose every single thing in it? Like you said something about.
Do they have to legally? No, legally, no, they don't have to, Max.
Okay,
but ethically, they do. You're supposed to have trust with the consumer, so the consumer should be able to trust the videos you put out.
He was presenting in the video was reactions. It's not.
And some of those people in the reactions were personal friends of his.
So
if you watch the video, you know that they were personal friends of his.
You could be a personal friend and still support a product. Just because your friend made it doesn't mean you can't support it.
It's their reactions. He didn't say review. He didn't say first official reviews of the Miko. No,
it never said that only these are people from the public. It doesn't say only.
Yeah, right. You have a lot of bias. Tony. You have a lot of bias.
Question. If there's no problem with people being friends, no, there's no bias. Here's a quick question, Max. If there's no problem with people who are personal friends of Tommy talking about the product in his video, why is it a big deal for him to put on the screen personal friend? This guy's a YouTuber. This person works at GameStop.
That's what you want.
If there's no problem with that, why not disclose that? It's a question. The question wasn't what I want. The question was why isn't it? Is it a problem?
Really need to know where they work.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
So here's a question. Was there people there from the public?
Well, you don't determine my panel though, Tony. You can come back on, but if he has a question,
the man tried to dox me. I'm not talking to him.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. This is what I didn't want. If it goes like this, I'm going to remove someone. I don't want a big. I don't like doxing at all. I don't even like pointing at people's information. So I still have friends. I understand things got heated. I disavow that type of behavior. I'm sorry. But you're both still invited here. I know you have some beef. Let's not talk about that. If we're going to talk about that, I will remove. I don't know which one to remove, honestly. It's putting me in a weird situation. Can we keep on point? I disavow that type of behavior.
You, Max. I'm talking straight to you. Okay. I'm not talking to anyone else.
All right. There's nothing unethical about it. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. You have bias. You're conflicted with points that you're trying to prove. Your perspective is not organic, Tony. It's not. You have an agenda. Whether you want to admit it or not, you have an agenda.
My agenda is to get the truth.
Nah, your agenda stuff got no. It's to get him. It's to get the Miko and Tommy in a gotcha moment for clout, for being just like, and that's the YouTube game though. I'm not criticizing you specifically. That's what Pat and Ian are trying to do too, like to get you in a gotcha moment. There's nothing unethical about it. No one else cares except your small group. Yes,
So
they're
you don't
not.
think
If they
You don't
were,
think
if
it's
they were,
unethical? No. Let me ask you. You don't think it's unethical that they put Saggy Melons' voiceover in a video of people
She
who
was
played the
a-
Amico? You don't
she
think
was
that's unethical?
she was part of a panel that had people that went. She was part of a
But
larger
she wasn't
group.
asking a question.
It
But the
doesn't matter.
voiceover wasn't her asking a question. The voiceover was her making a statement on the product, which she did not
Yeah.
play in a video about people who made statements about the product they played.
You are nitpicking it to
How's
ridiculous
that
levels.
nitpicking? How's that
She was part of a panel discussion
Right.
where others were discussing it.
Correct. And what did she say in the video? What did she ask a question
I don't
and someone
remember.
answered it?
You're
She said
nitpicking.
positive things about the product, which she
Right.
did not play
Based
in a
on their-
video that is about people who played and their reactions.
I
The
think
video is all about reactions of people who
you're
played,
going
and
way.
they have
You're
her
going.
voiceover saying
you're-
it's a great product and it's good for families.
You're going way up here to say it was kind of they were trying to be deceptive. Is that your
They
point?
were. 100% they were trying to be
No,
deceptive.
they used the video of a panel that was full of people. Tony, this is why
And
people
why
don't
did they
want to talk to you
specifically
anymore.
use the clip of her saying good things about the product and not asking a question or discussing things on the panel? The clip
But
is
see, Tom-
specifically, this is a good thing for families. She didn't play the product. So why use
See,
that
Max,
clip?
It's her
that's the
opinion.
thing,
It's her
though.
reaction.
That's a double standard. There's always a
Well,
double standard.
what's the video titled, Max? The
You
video's
can
titled,
always
"People Who Play
easily
Amico,
have
Their
like,
Reaction."
oh, hey, I can have one thing, and I can do it, but this person can't do or say anything. They can cherry pick certain things. It's easy to see that all the time. I see it on a lot of videos where people will pull certain things out of context, and then that's okay. But then, but when a company has one person on there say something, whoa, man, let's make a big deal out of that. I mean,
So you don't think it's unethical?
Max, did you know,
don't think
Max,
it's unethical?
that
No.
Moby Games does not actually have credits complete, but someone made a whole video stating that they have their credits locked down? Did you know that?
Let's talk about the ethics of being a journalist, like which you claim, Tony.
I claim I am.
Okay, well, okay, you're a journalist, fine. Contacting a developer, getting the correct info, and still running with bad info, which I've
What
heard.
bad info did I run with, Max?
God,
Hey,
does it even
Max, did
fucking
you
matter?
hear about Battle to Shenden 3 in the credits, and someone made a video about that?
The Evil Knievel game, finding out that there was more added to it. I've heard that you contacted the developer to say, is there original stuff being made? But then you still said it's just the same old mobile game. So
No,
ethics
that's not
of
what I
getting
said. See,
correct-
you're incorrect here, Max. You're completely 100% incorrect. What I said was the trailer that they showed was the mobile trailer. That is 100% factual. I did contact the developer. He did say that he could not discuss what was being added to the game. So how could I
Okay.
say anything if he said I can't tell you anything?
All right, so this is just the mobile trailer. Okay, I see your point there. All right, fine.
Remember,
No,
this is
Geeks
the
with Facts-
first trailer. This is the first trailer that Tommy showed.
This is I don't want this to only be on Amico. That was one part of the whole conversation. So Geeks with Cast says, I'm confused. Are we focused on just Amico, or is this topic shilling general? This seems very specific instead of general. Yes, that was the first of many topics that we were going to discuss. Okay. No, it's not. I guess that you have your right to your opinion. You're saying that their intentions are deceptive, which is I don't agree with. I just don't agree with that at all. It says reactions.
Next.
Yes.
Even if their intentions weren't deceptive, they could still be deceptive when they put the video out. I mean, you could have good intentions and still do something that's wrong.
How is it deceptive to say we have a public event and this is reactions? That's not deceptive at all.
So you have people. He says a public event.
No,
so
no,
my interpretation would be that the public are the people reacting. Correct.
Now, if Relic, Brett Weiss, and Cyrus said that they don't have any relationship with him, then that would be deceptive. That they were not invited at all. That they just strolled up.
Never heard of a lie by omission?
If they said, "Oh, Cyrus,"
a lie by omission.
and Cyrus and Brett Weiss just appeared out of nowhere and said, "Oh, Tommy, I was just in the area," then that would be deceptive. No one said that. No one's hiding.
Lie by omission, Max. By not
It's
saying
not a
that you're
lie.
friends with him, you're basically
It's not a
saying
lie,
you're
though.
not friends with him.
They don't hide that anywhere.
No.
You're saying
either.
you're saying that it should be disclaimed in every video. So every video has to have a disclaimers all over the place. Then there's no room for the video.
No, not every video. See, you're putting words and you're making straw man arguments that I'm not making. I'm talking about a very specific video featuring very specific people on a very specific topic.
Reactions. I don't want to keep. I don't want
every video.
I don't want to. I don't want to go in circles. The video said reactions. It didn't say review. It didn't say that we,
Yeah, the video said. What did Tommy say at the beginning of the video? This is the first time we've showed it to the general public.
Right. That's not a lie.
The first time we showed it to the general public.
That's true. And
so these people weren't the general public. They were invited to come down. Brett White, Cyrus,
to the general
public. Totally were. There's totally people coming in. What do you think it was? It's a museum. You think all those people there were all invited?
Do you think all those people were in the video talking to the camera?
They were public people that came in there.
And they didn't get on camera, did they?
Came. There were some that came that were invited, but there were a lot more people there that were public.
And did they get on camera and get featured in the video, Relic?
Yeah, they did.
And did people who were invited get featured? And did we distinguish between the two in the video? No.
Doesn't matter.
That's your.
You can't just split half and say, "Oh, these people are public. These people are public," but they don't count anymore because there's some people there that were invited.
No one said they don't count, you motherfucker. Listen to what I'm saying.
Oh, no. We're not having that. We're not having that.
Yo, Max, control the show, bro.
Yeah, you're right, Sadra. No, we're not having that. No, this is not what I wanted, Tony, when I invited you. You reached out to me before the show. I don't want that type of language. I think I'm going to...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have anything personal with Tony, but...
this is...
Oh, okay.
All right.
Saves me having to say it.
Yeah. No, then you made this. Thanks, Tony, for making it easier to remove someone because I don't want to pick and choose. But we're not having that. That's not helping the conversation. That is a standard that no one that they're setting. They're setting another goal post for media. No, they don't have to they don't have to differentiate between it's open to the general public and yes, he invited people. Tommy himself did not hide that fact. It would be different if he was deceptive and said they just showed up. That's the difference.
He just said that there were only people from the public and that was it. He specified that in detail, but there's no detail there. There are people there that are public. There are people there that were invited. It's not being deceptive. It's like saying, just discrediting all the people that showed up at the museum.
Well, Zeno, I don't speak for him, but he shouldn't address this. This is why it never stops. This is what we're talking about when the overall topic was ethics in the community, where it's gone too far. The anti-shilling. This is what, access to the product. This is where the communities have gone too far. It's become overly aggressive. And if you also are against censorship, listen, no one here says, yay, censorship. Does anyone here on the panel love censorship? No. But this stuff is not organic when you have groups that are like a little gang that show up everywhere and have an agenda. Now, Tony says he's a journalist. I'll take him on his word. He says he's as trying to be unbiased as possible, and he doesn't have an agenda. I say that's complete bullshit. Like every time you get to the nice guy, Tony, he'll go rah-rah with his friends. Like, oh, look, I showed him. Like, I'm sure he's going to do that after this video right now. And I honestly, I wish Tony the best for him and his family. I don't like everything that was done against Tony either. But I'm not going to stop. I can't stop talking to everyone. But I wasn't involved with that. I disavow it. That's the last thing I'm saying on that. I want to tone it down, though. We have other topics. Let's move to how we treat new ones in the gaming community and how it really stifles the growth of the community. It makes people want to not be involved and how aggressive it is and creepy to ladies. Now, I did include Destiny Fomo. I'll be real. I've talked to others about this. What she's doing, it's pretty obviously, see the wink, but I mean, that's her prerogative, and she is not hurting your views a lot. And I get the perception of a lot in the community where they get frustrated. I've been busting my ass with my little channel doing great content, and a lady comes in and gets, that's your problem. That's not her problem. That's your problem. Honestly, and let's get the panel here. It's oversaturated with, I mean, for one thing, when you create a YouTube channel, you have to look at what you're doing and what you're presenting to the consumer. Is it anything different? It's oversaturated. This community is oversaturated with male figures. Yeah. And we are not friendly to incoming female collaborators. And it's someone else, Overthink Gaming said, do I have to check in with everyone before I make a video on them? No, but it's also gatekeeping. I'm sorry. Criticizing people that come in that just want to have fun and are trying to be genuine. Guess what? Some people just like not having to deal with this. Maybe I should reevaluate myself here, as some have mentioned, of coming in to just talk about gaming with not anything else, all the baggage attached to it. Maybe that's why someone new that comes in is so successful and people they just have an aura of positivity. Is that shilling, or does that mean that all the new viewers are simps? No, that means that someone just wants something positive to look forward to, great conversations, and they just don't want to deal with all this. The more you criticize, and this is a fault of my own where I have to reevaluate, the more niche you become and less appealing to everyone. You know, what's your thoughts on how we embrace new people and criticize new people that come into? And this isn't just gaming; this is all fandoms. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What is it, like jealousy or something? In my opinion, it's like if you think somebody's encroaching on your turf, you know what I mean? It's kind of like up your game. You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's
don't
not their problem.
The internet is big. The internet is big enough for the internet is big enough for everybody. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think you just do your own thing, you know, and there shouldn't be anybody attacking another person for what they want to do. I mean, have fun with it. If you're not doing something that isn't making your channel grow, then you need to change it up.
I mean, when you have people going out there actually seeking and trying to find reasons to say, oh, this person is unethical, this person is doing this person is doing that. Don't you have anything better to do? Why not focus on making your own content and bringing your own stuff out into the forefront? You don't have to bring somebody else down to make your channel look good. And that's something that I'll never understand. Like, for example, we had Tony on here this whole time, and all he did was make it about Tommy and the Amico. Why? Well, when you have a bias against someone, you have a bias against something. Obviously, obviously you have an agenda. Obviously, you don't like this person personally, so you're going to crap all over the people that do like this person and say that they don't have a right to, to critique or to, judge his product because they're his friends. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Unless they are doing something deceptive, like hiding the fact that they're friends. There's no one hiding that, or no one hiding that they were invited.
It's like it's like this. It's like just because so Mad Matt comes up with a video game, makes a game that I like. I happen to be Matt's friend. That means I don't have a right to talk about that video game that he created because he's my friend. He's my friend. I mean, I may like the game. I may not like the game, but that doesn't mean that I can't support my friend for creating the game. I can't be happy for him. That's the thing I don't understand. Like the whole argument that that Tony was making when he was on here made no sense.
Well, I did bring it up, though. I did bring it up, but that was going to be one topic of many, and this derailed the show again. This is what happens every time. This is why people say, "Oh, you're censoring me." No, you never stop. It's circular. We keep going on and on. He has nowhere.
Hey, Max, can I just say something? And I don't want to talk about the Amico, okay? And I don't want to talk about all that stuff, okay? Just to kind of move forward.
Right. Good.
If you take a channel and I had a business and I had to deal with a lot of estimating and making sure I didn't lose money on a job. And sometimes if you're off by just a few percent, it could be thousands of dollars. So I always look at things in percentages. And if you look at a person's channel and 90% of their content is negative and it's about one particular thing, then what do you call that?
Okay.
Obsession. You call it obsession. Because that's what it is. It's an unhealthy.
Can that person,
I might be guilty of that myself.
But here's the thing. Can that person that makes 90% of their content about one particular thing and is negative turn on the people who are positive about it and say, they're just trying to get their channels up and they're just doing this and doing that? And they're like, well, yeah, but then what about your 90% of your content? What are you doing?
Here, I want to interrupt you here because Eddie, I was actually going to highlight you on this because I want to address something because Eddie's a good guy. Oh, are you there, Eddie? Oh, well, I wanted to say he's like, I don't really want to deal with this shit. Like this is what happens. No, RJ too. I get it. You don't want to. This is what happens when people. Is this good for a community? Then no, it doesn't help. It doesn't help the organic growth of communities. It doesn't help retro talk. It doesn't help gaming at all. It's just because, and this is why people leave fandoms, and this is why, and that's why honestly, Eddie, he has no bias or agenda in this, and that's why I kind of wanted to get his. Are you okay to speak on this real quick, Eddie? You're like, this is silly. This you kind of just like, I want to bounce from this conversation because it's not healthy. This isn't healthy anymore. This is what's happening to people that come in and create a channel and then want to get involved in gaming and gaming YouTube talk on YouTube. This is what happens. And forget it if you're a female. You have to listen to me. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to white knight for you. That all doesn't help. Nothing this helps. A very genuine person started a YouTube channel and it's all blown up because of absolute obsessive trolls. And if you say, no, I'm for freedom of speech, but then you go look at the comments section, I went to gave support to the person. I'm like, you seem like a genuine person. And then
that's my problem.
And
I have.
No, but they're attacking me in the comments.
Right. And that's what I have a problem with being. That's why I do the things I do when people ask me, well, why don't you go on cam on your channel? Why don't you do this? It's like, because I've done it before and I've had to face that myself. So I changed the way I become a YouTube content creator that where I could just be myself and not be looked at as that's a female. And I know the person you're talking about, and it's disgusting that just it's part of two problems, right? On one hand, it's the problem of the stigma of men that just don't respect women. They just, it's a woman. And the reason why that is because they think of women in two things. Either a woman, well, not even two things. It's just the one thing. Women are whores. That's what their opinion is. Women are whores, and we use our feminine and our sexuality to get men to give us money. That's why we do the things we do. And that's what all women are based off. If you're a woman, if you have people who like a woman on the internet, they like the content, they're a simp, right? Because a woman can't just be liked to be liked. Yeah. They don't have personalities. They have tits and a vagina. And that's what it comes down to. And I'm sorry to say it's so vulgar, but that's what the fuck it is. And I'm sorry to get pop off because it's frustrating because I saw this woman, and again, I'm gonna respect her because she doesn't want her name to keep being brought up. But why was she attacked? What was her content? If you looked at her videos, she had great quality videos. She looked like she was having fun. But then, of course, again, you have the misogynistic male coming in. Oh, she's just another female gamer. She's just trying to get clout and show. But is she dressing provocatively? And now another problem on that. On the other hand, you do have women who have caused that stigma and made it hard for us to do what we do. Right. Because you have women and like, don't get me wrong, I never hate another woman's hustle. If it works for you, get that money, whatever you do. Right. But at the same time, they also have to understand that they're causing it to be hard for other women, because women out on the thing, if we're not hot enough, we're not turning on our cameras. Why? So we can get called fat and ugly, get disliked because we don't look good enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It happens all the time in every community. YouTube, the cosplay community. You guys have heard my story. I stopped cosplaying. I have clips of a cosplayer saying I was too big to wear a costume. And usually that stuff doesn't bother me. But after hearing it repeatedly by multiple people and feeling like it's a goddamn competition, a beauty pageant for just cosplaying, for just going to a convention, enjoying myself, feels like a goddamn beauty pageant, I stopped doing it. I haven't actually done a full cosplay where I actually went to a convention or dressed up or took a picture of me in cosplay in over 5 years.
That's upsetting.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's an internet problem. It's a fandom problem, really. Yeah,
It is a fandom problem because people, like I said,
It's a societal problem.
Yeah,
it's a societal problem.
You're right on the money there.
But they put it on to women and even some men, and I feel bad for men because it does suck that a woman is gonna get more subscribers than a man.
I don't think it sucks at all.
It does suck. No, it does suck because again, the reason why is, for instance, if Matt, and I'm using Matt as an example because he works out. Now, if Matt was to start doing streams where he was wearing certain outfit, like he had a tank top or he had a shirt off, right, and he's streaming, I bet you he'd get a lot more subscribers. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's because he's fit, right?
No, Milan, you're right. Milan's calling me out. I kind of did that myself. I have to listen. I've made mistakes myself. I've gone this route, and I've reevaluated myself, and I realized where I've gone wrong too. I have to be more careful with just saying Simpson stuff myself. It's not fair. And then the other thing that happens is when we use a person's likeness, which I'm not against, in a thumbnail or a subject matter, and we pretend like we're white knighting. But then we critique them like we have some authority to critique their whole content and channel.
There's a big difference between critiquing someone and straight up hate.
Yeah.
People need to start understanding there is a difference because that's the problem. You have people who can have fair criticism, right? Like, say, for instance, when I was cosplaying, okay? A fair criticism is that outfit you made that's supposed to be, for example, Storm from X-Men, right? Well, the color scheme is a little wrong. That's a fair criticism. You're not black enough to be Storm from X-Men. Says who? Why can't Storm be a certain way? You know what I mean? Or you're too thick. Well, maybe I'm just Storm who had a few extra bubble teas today. Who knows, right? But my thing is, there's things as fair criticism and then straight up hate. There are some costumes that have been made by people who are plus size. The craftsmanship was amazing, phenomenal, but they still get dunked on because they're too fat. That's sad. That is where it goes to hate. Appreciate the craft, have fair criticism. Now let's talk about video games. We just talked about the Amico, right? Mm-hmm. You can have fair criticism on an electronic device. Sure. Maybe there's lag. Maybe there's no lag. Fair to say it's fine to criticize something like that. People who like the Amico are cultists. They're awful people. They're stupid. They're retarded. That's not a fair fucking criticism. And that's the shit that needs to stop.
It's like the whole thing with the Snyder Cut. It's kind of, similar shit.
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what it comes down to. There's fair criticism and then there's straight up hate. So if you want to criticize something, then criticize. No one's telling you guys not to. But if you I don't want
to address your comments, because I don't want to talk about them a bunch of ways gone.
Get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, I don't think his stuff is organic. If we're talking about ethics, I think he has an agenda and bias. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I'll answer that question. Yes, Tony has a bias, but does he have fair criticism with some of the things? He has grievances with the system he talks about. Sure, we can be fair and say there is some criticism. That is okay to say. That's fine. It's justified criticism. But to go as far as to call people stupid or say that they're shills or all these things, that I don't think is fair.
You're attacking someone else's integrity.
Right. You're attacking somebody else's character. You're attacking someone's, because again, everybody likes something for their own reasons. Yeah, there are some people in history who have literally liked something because it was an agenda. They wanted clout from it. They got something for shilling it. That's a fair statement. If you know for a fact that's what the person's doing. But you cannot project the small amount of people that do that on the mass collective, because not all of us are disingenuous that actually like this for whatever stupid reason that
I'm genuinely excited. I don't care to say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
Here's the thing. A lot of us here wouldn't have known about the Amico and wouldn't even be here talking about it if it wasn't for Max and Zod, right? They were interested in it. They like to share their interests with their friends. We are friends. So, of course, they're going to share what they're interested with our friends to see if we're going to be interested in it. And some of us, like Matt, Eddie, maybe RJ, Brian, they might not be into it. Me, I got into it. Right, but that's what I'm saying. They're sick of talking about it. But me, I got into it, right?
Yeah.
So, again, that's the issue with people on the internet. People like to project to say that they know what our agenda is, why we do what we do. You don't. You don't. Shut up.
I
You
just
don't
want to
know
put
me.
things in perspective real quick. This is drama over a plastic plaything for children.
Yeah, that's what's
I'm
real
just saying,
ridiculous.
like people get way too in their own
Listen,
feelings about
shut up,
stuff.
RJ.
I disagree with that,
Elmo.
RJ.
People used to fight
Well,
over
no,
Tickle Me Elmo.
Listen,
You don't remember
Beanie Baby
the
Stew,
massacre
I
of Tickle Me
know.
Elmo?
Hey, you ever see somebody get knocked out on Black Friday, man?
I just want to know why. I just want to know why Eddie is so quiet. I mean, dude looks so serious. What's up?
he doesn't want to.
Because this stuff is
He wants here,
stupid, man.
Well,
He's about to explode.
This is why people do not want to deal with. This is why, if you want to get down to brass tacks, is Destiny FOMO the reason why the community won't grow? No, this type of behavior is why the community won't grow.
Right. That's what it is.
People that want to start a channel like the person we were saying before, or that come into the community, they see this and they bounce. They're like, no, this is not worth it. I thought this was going to be fun.
Well, here's the thing. You have two types of people, right? So you have people like me.
That's why Eddie and that's
what I'm saying. You have people like Eddie who will see drama and be like, holy crap, this is stupid. I'm tired of it. Then you have people like me who's like, I'm a fighter. Let's go. I'm down. Like, I'm a fighter. I'll be honest. When I see certain things that I morally think are bad, I'm gonna fight it. I'm a fighter.
Can I just say one thing in my own defense here?
Yeah.
Because Zeno's in there, he's got his word on there, and that's fine. And I have no hate for him. But let's clarify one thing. He's run the constant discussion in several other podcasts that he's balanced, he's not biased, but he is. I'm sorry, he is. In every single video that I've ever seen him being in there helping out, he is always on one side. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it for what it is.
Well,
okay. And that's fine. If that's where he wants to put his loyalties, I have no problem with that. But don't pretend to be one.
My proof is how he appears on streams or when he's talking to you, and then his behavior when he leaves. Like, this is like the constant nice guy. Oh, I'm a nice guy. This is what's presented to the public. But then I showed that's why I wanted to do that video last week so much. It's because it shows he downvoted every single video. I subbed to his channel right away, and I'm not saying he has to sub to mine, but he's not acting in good faith. He's a bad faith actor, in my opinion.
And then
he's not acting in good faith. He has an agenda. He wants something. He came in here with fire, which I've done myself. He said he let a few F-bombs go to try to prove that he was right. There is nothing unethical that Tommy did by showing reactions unless he is paying or intentionally hiding the fact that he's friends with you. Or
his bone of contention was them using Saggy's voice in the reaction video. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, but that's what I mean. That's like that's nitpicking. That's nitpicking on a level that's beyond rational.
I'm going to explain this. I asked Tommy about this directly because, like I said, it was mentioned publicly. So I asked him, well, what that's the grievances, and he was just like, I asked the editor to include you somewhere, like to give you kind of like a shout out. That's what the editor interpreted. I don't know. I wasn't there for the conversation. I'm just going to take Tommy's word and be like, well, that seems like a rational, plausible thing that happened. He told the editor who edits his videos, hey, I have this person that I would like you to include. And maybe he wasn't specific. But again, That's all it was. And yeah, it was my reaction. And now how and see, everyone's speculating about, oh, well, they included Saggy. Well, what does Saggy think about it? I honestly don't care.
Mhm.
It's not that deep for me. It's not that deep rooted.
Exactly. That's what I mean. He had no reason to go there. It was a complete waste of time. Like, he spent all this time on it. Well, he's unethical because he used Saggy in the reaction video. But that doesn't have anything to do with anything. You can use anybody.
Right. And that clip that was used of my voice was me reacting to the panel of the people who did interact with it. And I was saying that from what I saw from the controller, I said it looked amazing. That was my reaction to the
what was wrong? What was wrong with that? That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That was completely fine.
If I could, one last thing about that little engagement, I just want to settle this one last thing. You guys have all been doing this a long time, and would you not agree that there are times where you're trying to get your word in, and someone's always trying to talk over you, and sometimes it does get loud?
Yeah.
Did that not happen?
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to say that. Because I let him talk a lot. I didn't say anything. When I tried to say something and start bringing in a point, that's where it got elevated. Now, I didn't use any foul language or anything. I've given him more. He probably, before that moment happened, he got more time talking than I did. So true. I'm sorry if it looks like that. You want to look at like that, Zeno. But I'm sorry. I let him do a lot of talking. When I started talking, he wanted to talk over me. And when he couldn't, that's when the profanity came out. So I'm sorry you don't like that.
I do know you've had a personal beef, though. Yeah.
I just want to bring up a quick point. Okay, so I'm not into this Amico stuff. I feel like me and Eddie are in the same boat.
So you want to bounce? You want to like what?
No. Well, let me finish. Okay, like if I'm a very I'm not like, if I was like, let's say I'm just an average consumer who's interested in the Amico and I go online. Mm-hmm. I would say like all of this drama videos and all this stuff would turn me off as a consumer. I really would. I'd be like, I don't want to touch this thing with like a 10-foot pole, and that's like a problem, I think. And again, like in order to, I'm going to address Zeno's comment real quick. I don't think the general public is really going to pay attention to a video like that. I really don't. I mean, if anything, they're going to look for reviews of the product or like gameplay footage. I really don't think they're going to, I don't know. Again, though,
Zeno, you're wrong. I address all criticisms. Where has there been a criticism that I have not addressed on my channel or on this channel? Every single thing that someone brings up, I address it, and then I give my opinion based on the facts. I don't just praise it. No, I don't praise it.
There's people here that say we don't care about it. So how are we all biased with that? Just like multiple people here say we don't care about it.
Right. Like if I don't know Tommy, but if I was Tommy, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed.
Well, do you understand why he moderates his television channel now? Do you understand?
Well, no, yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, if I was Tommy, I'd be pissed because my product isn't even out yet, and the community's this toxic, this angry, and this full of drama. Like, my product's not even out yet, and I feel like everything going on is going to just, like, some for families, some for kids, man. Or the like a couple retro guys. Like, come on. I don't know. That's just my perspective on this. But again, I don't know much about this thing. I'm just like a viewer looking in on the whole thing, I guess.
Well, Zeno's kind of alluding here that I'm a shill. That I address every single concern. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, all right, stop with the whole damn shilling thing, okay?
That was the
Why do people get on YouTube in the first place? Because you want people to hear what you have to say.
Right.
So accusing another YouTuber of trying to get views is the dumbest effing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Like I'm
exactly.
Frankly, I'm sick of it. If you don't like it, quit watching and heed your own advice. And I'm not trying to blow up at Zeno. I'm just saying, bro, you need to stop with that crap because it makes you look just as hypocritical as you're accusing everybody else as being.
Well, Brian, you've known me just as long as Zeno. How often do I address criticisms of fandoms I'm in?
All the time.
And it gets me in a lot of heat, doesn't it?
Yes.
Every time.
It gets us kicked out of fandoms.
Snyder Cut. I address criticisms there. I address criticisms about the Miko if they think they have a valid point. And that's where I'm like, that's why I wanted to address it on the show specifically today, because I could see the perception of people being influenced by these YouTubers in the community that there's some unethical behavior here. No, there's not. There's not. That's the law. Now, it can be opinion that you feel it's a little shady yourself. Okay, whatever. but there's nothing legally unethical that they've done.
Also,
if you guys want to talk about ethics, I want to know where certain people stand on Relic calling retro an MFer. I want to know what the ethics are on that. How is that ethical?
Hold on. Well, there's some personal grievances between those two. They have a history. It was bound to inevitably happen. I was actually surprised it didn't happen as soon as he came in. My thing is, everyone is entitled to have an opinion, and it's up to the audience to take what they will of it. However, it does come to a point where you have to say, is this an opinion or is this a fact? That's where people misunderstand, because people look at these, all of us YouTubers, they listen to what we say, they take it in, and they base their opinions on what we're giving them, because they don't have all the facts either. They depend on us to bring it to us because we're presenting things as facts. So when you have misinformation being divulged, that's where the problem lies, and that's where you get people on a division, where people are going to argue and dispute, because now we don't know what the facts are. We can only speculate at this point. And it's always going to be a fight.
Thank you, Saggy, because that's the point that needed to be made right there. There's so many discrepancies in things I've seen people say that I'm not talking about opinion. I'm talking about straight up hard facts that are misconstrued. They take things out, they move things around, and then they highlight certain things so that it points it in
an agenda, a narrative, and a bias, and out of context.
And it's like, look, if it's really what you're saying it is, you don't need to twist and bend it and remold it so it can look like it, and repackage it and say, look, this is what it is. It should do it on its own. Here's what happens, Max, when you say something about that and you point out all those little discrepancies that they created, they fabricated. Then it's like, well, you're just a biased, Shill. You love that product so much. And it's like, no, if it were real and what you said is true, I would like to think that I would be more interested in finding that, okay, maybe I shouldn't pre-order this thing. But you haven't done that. You say things like the other day when so-and-so said, well, that's what he meant by that. Like, hey, maybe we can meet. And then it could be, well, it meant that we're going to ride in your fancy car and we're going to go to your house. Well, why don't you just say he also meant that we're going to go for a helicopter ride and have ice cream? I mean, you just make up whatever you want and say that's what he meant. It's ridiculous. So it's like, that's the half-truths or like the twist that drives me crazy. It's just like, if you know the truth, say it, man.
Well, if you know Tommy, he really wants to be your friend. He's not just there. I think also the reaction is that he's trying to get something out of you. No, he just wants the people to talk. He does want people to talk about it, but he just wants to have fun. And why am I so passionate about the Amico? Because someone else is coming back into the console market.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Dreamcast. Sega dropped out. Where has there been a major player? And they're not as high as Sega, but it's possible if it blows up. I'm just saying, not a lot of companies are coming back into the console market. That's why I'm so passionate about it.
Well, here's the thing too, like if you've been around a lot of people, you kind of know when someone's just being fake. You sometimes you don't, but most of the time you do. And you can tell when someone's being sincere. I mean, like after that concert in Lubbock, Texas, this guy had gone to the event the day before. He had very little sleep. He worked all day prepping that concert. And then it's like 11:30. Everybody's going. He's like, hey, everybody want to go out to dinner? And we try to find a place. And half the people there were people who'd been going to his concerts. And he had the people working there. He was asking them, hey, do you guys want to go out to dinner? We can go hang out. He just met these people. I mean, he is a very sincere person. He's not like trying to, hey, now come here and do this or buy this or do that. He's just like, hey, come on out,
His enthusiasm is infectious. Even if you think he's going to fail, he thinks he's going to succeed. And, he is all, that's
he could
why
very well fail, but at least he's trying,
Yeah. Original next game. Hey, if you ever want to be on the show, let me know. NLG. We'll have a calmer stream if you want to come on. I don't think this circumstance is going to happen again, too, for all parties involved. It's not, but But this was gonna be overall talking about the ethics. And even though I said like I think Overthink Gaming is he's very personable, but I think why I put gatekeeping there. It's his right to critique him, but then this is also the problem with the critique other ones. But it's also that's what stops the growth too. When people come in and he makes comments about their delivery and stuff. If someone's fresh. I wasn't as natural when I started, and I still wear a mask too. But I was really awkward when I first started my channel. I think that pushes people away, especially ladies. And we need to be more welcoming to ladies. I want ladies involved in the conversation. I'll be honest, I love Saggy to death. I love her. She was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this again. And this is what keeps happening. I don't want to reveal too much about that, Saggy. But you're like, this is where it gets to the point. And this is why people leave. And this is why we're not for censorship. But we're like, this is not good environment, especially for welcoming women.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Once it starts getting stressful, right?
Yes.
And where I have to look at the friends I've made and they're getting overwhelmed, and I don't want to keep bringing that job. Like, look at Eddie. Like Eddie has literally been like not smiling, not happy. I don't like that atmosphere. No. So it does bring down. So when I was like, I don't want to continue on over and over, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I want regardless. Mm-hmm. So like it comes to the point where like, yeah, if we want to talk about it, debate it, discuss it, sure. But if nothing is getting resolved, I'm over it. I'm still going to do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, bye. That's like, what else can I say? I'm not going to chase people to always be agree, like, find a common ground. It gets tiresome. If you don't want to have a resolution, we don't want to work together to basically unite these communities and bring people together and enjoy things together, then I don't want to keep doing it. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So like when it comes to this Amico drama and specifically, I'm still going to do what I want to do. It's my money. If I want to buy one, I'm going to buy one. And no one's going to convince me otherwise. It's my choice. So if why keep arguing about it? It gets tiresome.
Well, we're going to move on to some actual video game topics because
yes, I actually have some sad news.
Oh no! Well, I did want to do Retro Bros comment too because I mentioned Overthink. I think he is. I think he is. Yeah, he is a commentary channel, which I am too. But when you go and you critique people that aren't into that, I perceive that like I comment on other commentators and other reactionaries. When you do that to every single person that enters, and even smaller channels. I feel it's my personal opinion. It's a way of gatekeeping, and it stops growth of the community. And the viewers, that he's not responsible for his viewers, but then that's also where, it points to someone, and people start looking at them, and I think it's very uncool. I'm sorry, Overthink. I think it's not cool.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. You don't have to. Your money is your money.
At the end of the day, we don't care if you're pro Amico, con Amico. We don't care.
It's like just do what you want to do. Leave people alone who want to actually do their thing. Like,
well, when you go to every comment section of every single Amico video, you're not letting the viewer be organically exposed to it. You're trying to push an agenda.
Right.
That's why you've been bounced. That's why this group's been bounced from most YouTube channels. Maybe to our detriment, we haven't. I don't know if that should stay that way or not. We'll have to discuss later. Because
also, we need a Retro Bro and Mad Matt Vids bro video, the workout regiment video.
Workout regiment.
I want to see two guns in the thumbnail.
Yeah. We gotta make that collab happen because if you guys really want that clout, you got to get two nicely built gentlemen on the screen flexing. So,
Indiana Jones, your bias is finding through there.
I think Indiana Jones is a Volpe.
No, I don't care who it is. I'm not.
Like I've said, even the haters are fans. Everybody's
right. If you really think it's a scam, why are you still talking? Are you saving people with their money? Get the hell out of here! Really? Are you? I'm so sick of gamer. I'm saving people $250.
Right,
no, you have an agenda. You have an agenda for views. You're not trying to save people's money.
We're not doing this here.
Yeah, right.
We're not going to do this here.
All right, well, there's a major topic about The Last of Us. right?
Yeah, I was a little. Yeah, well, it's not just Last of Us. It's more so concerns I have over Sony leadership as a whole, based on the Bloomberg article that came out. Basically, they had a team which worked on Last of Us 2 and helped Naughty Dog support it, and they were starting to work on the Last of Us 1 remake. Then they moved the game to Naughty Dog internally. And basically, that article highlights that Sony and Jim Ryan want to make nothing but blockbuster AAA games. They're not interested in smaller games anymore.
That's why I'm
it's
excited
very,
about other things.
and it's very concerning to me because I feel like Jim Ryan is taking the PlayStation brand and company as a whole in a direction that spits in the face of what came before in a lot of regards. Because they shut down Sony Japan Studios, which I think was a big mistake. I want my Gravity Rush 3, damn it. Where's my Gravity Rush 3? It's probably never going to happen now, but I think it's a mistake to focus only on blockbuster AAA games. There does need to be some games in the middle. There needs to be games in the middle that are your smaller games more built on fun, more experimentation. I get concerned that Jim Ryan...
Only from indie companies.
Yeah, I just get concerned because Jim Ryan wants to focus on blockbusters only and no room in the middle. And also, too, he's not a fan of legacy games. He's not a fan of retro gaming or, backwards compatibility. And again, I just get concerned because I feel like right now Sony's in a place where they're very arrogant.
Yes.
Coming out the PS4 success. Yeah. And I feel like that's going to... I don't know. I'm just very concerned because why does The Last of Us 1 need a remake anyway? The remaster came out, I believe, 2014.
Do they mean like remaking visuals and everything, or just a remaster?
Remake from the grounds up for PlayStation 5. Complete, with the new engine, adding some stuff in there, probably story stuff, additions, everything.
It's so weird.
I don't agree with it, but it maybe depends on how much they really are pushing it as a whole franchise and not just the gaming, because they are having a series.
Exactly. I think they're only remaking it, in my opinion, because they want something to come out when the TV show comes out. But
they're probably going to use the HBO actors to dub the voices and all that.
I'd hate that. I would hate that.
Well, honestly, one reason is it's easier to release remakes.
Look at what they did to Peter Parker. Let's just put it
during
that
the pandemic.
Hey, don't bring up that Peter Parker thing. I'm
only bringing that up because in relation to this, I mean, did they really need to change that Peter Parker? Did they need to?
They didn't. Honestly, this is a hot take. I don't mind the new face. I know a lot of people hate it. I don't hate it.
That's the same thing can be said about this new Last of Us remake, though. They're going to go and they're going to make changes and adjustments and update it for the PS5, and so basically you're getting a similar situation. So
you know what, Retro Bro?
You're going to have people just as mad about that as people that got mad about Spider-Man.
Right. Retro Bro brings up a great point. Why isn't Sony focusing on some of those franchises that they've left behind? Where is the new Sly Cooper game, Jak and Daxter, Twisted Metal? They're leaving behind a lot of those legacy franchises and focusing on the newer ones. And I get it. I get that they want to focus on their big blockbuster titles. But when you don't even allow for Sony Bend to make a new Days Gone, simply because it wasn't as big of a hit critically and financially as other games, that's a problem.
The industry's going the wrong way.
Yeah, you're stifling creators, and you're going to push them out of your development companies because they aren't feeling that they get to make what they want to make.
Make or break. Look at Eddie. He's lost his passion for gaming, and he has an Xbox because there's not a lot of content. It's all big games and nothing else, right? Right, Eddie? Am I speaking for you, or you're a gamer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Has your enthusiasm for gaming kind of gone down a little bit with lack of content and make or break games, big AAA, but not any, not everything in between? The consistency of releases. What's your thoughts on that, Eddie?
Well, yeah, because everything keeps getting delayed. Everything keeps getting pushed back. There's hardly anything to even focus on right now. It's just just what it is. I'll be happy again when everything comes out.
Gosh, yeah, because I was looking forward to Back 4 Blood in June, and that got pushed back to October. So now
I was looking for Lego Star Wars, and that got to
Lego Star Wars too, man.
Well, you're more of a current gen gamer, PC gamer, Matt. Is the lack of content and the titles being so enormous make or break a studio where they're so staggered? The bigger the games get, the less games there are, and the more they like Nintendo. I love Nintendo, but really they're just porting old games from the Wii U still.
Yeah. I want to say too that there's a problem too. If you look at the industry in the last 15 years, there's a lot of developers that were out and they all got gobbled up. And so what happens is you just start funneling all of them into a smaller group of developers, and then they only focus on a smaller amount of games. So that's a concern for Sony. If they've got these big blockbuster titles, you start running out of, filler games, because you're putting them all into one pile. I mean, Criterion's gone pretty much. And let's see, there's a couple others that we used to play games like, we used to play Burnout and
well, the Last of Us remake reportedly in development, and then Days Gone 2 pitch rejected. Oh yeah. At the same time, that's disappointing. And then Leo, I want to address Leo's comments. There's a constant influence of new indie games and old games to play. Why not? I talk about them.
Yeah, you did. You talked about that Rabbit game recently.
Yeah, but the focus of the blockbuster, Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, are they making the new indie games? Are they making new properties? Or are they recycling, remastering, remaking old games because they know it'll sell? And there's not a lot of new content. And this is even Nintendo. A lot of the content that's there is indie games for sure and remasters of old content. What are they actually making new besides Breath of the Wild, which was also a Wii U game? The only one that was fresh for the Nintendo Switch was the Mario Odyssey. And I think that originally started as a Wii U game too, but they just...
Well, I don't know. I kind of disagree with that a little bit. I feel like Nintendo is pushing a lot of regards. It's just right now, I think COVID really impacted them in a lot of ways. I mean, look at Fire Emblem Three Houses. I feel like that.
How many Nintendo properties are just sitting there that they haven't worked on?
No. That is a good point. I mean, where's F-Zero? Or where's the new Star Fox game? I mean, there are a couple franchises that are leaving.
Wave Race,
Metroid.
Go back to. It started before that, though, because if you look back to just as they were transferring from GameCube to the Wii, they had an opportunity for a game that was perfect for the Wii. It was Mario Golf, and it never showed up. I mean, what better way to play a golf game than with motion? And they didn't do anything with that. And they kind of, I don't know, they had some good titles on there, but then there was a lot of really crappy titles on there too. So.
I have something to share here. I've been playing Outriders, which is on Game Pass. I didn't have to play it. I'll show a little bit of a clip of it.
Kind of a fun game. I started playing it earlier.
The heck is Outriders? I have a freaking RJ and Zeno and Hans. Everyone's playing it.
I'm going to show you it. You could do a team.
Outriders is awesome. I just want to say that real quick. Outriders is amazing. It's on Game Pass. Definitely download and play it. Saggy, buy it on PS5 already. Come on.
Saggy's got a PS5.
I'll get one tomorrow.
PS4 too.
No, I don't know. I don't got no PS5. What the heck?
It's on PS4 though. It's on PS4.
PS5 tomorrow.
Oh, good for you. Okay, good for you.
I'm gonna derail this conversation and ask you guys what games I should get for the Quest 2.
Go away.
Oh God. Oh, he told you to go away. He looks like Solid Snake.
That's how I created my character.
You got a gun pointed right.
Oh, this is your gameplay?
Oh no!
Damn, bro.
He broke that man's arm.
And this is me playing.
Oh, that's your character. Oh, that is your character. Okay. Get him, Max. Get him. Oh, you're getting wrecked.
A bunch of warning shots.
Oh, Max. Oh, Max. Oh,
taking the
kills. You're just about as shooters as I am.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah, he needs all the aim assist he can get.
Max got that stormtrooper aim right now.
But you get like special abilities.
You can shot from behind.
Look at that.
Max got that stormtrooper aim going on for him right now.
Okay.
It looks like Gears of War a little bit.
It does look a little like Gears of War.
Some of those reminded me of Uncharted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to pick your route, and that mine has like a rock character. He ground pounds, and then it shows the shockwave, or he has like 3 abilities. Or the other one, he looks like the Thing from Fantastic Four, and then he gets like super armor. And then the third option is he becomes a bunch of rocks in the air, and then you can aim it towards someone way across the arena. But what you're seeing there is me going alone. It's really designed for 3 teams to go in, 3 people on a team to go in against the enemy. So that level there, I was doing it solo, but it's really designed for co-op online. So it's legit. There's some story sequences already that's like, whoa, this is creepy. Very interesting. You're on another planet, different creatures. The models of the faces and stuff aren't the best, but the special effects and gameplay is super smooth.
I've been thinking about buying it. Been interested in it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Geeks with Cash. Yeah, I never said I was a great gamer. I love gaming. Finally, a real topic. She hates video games. Listen, I would love to see Mad Matt play that with 2 of his crew. See how they can wreck house with different abilities. Like, I didn't check out the different abilities. I think there's like 6.
Is there crossplay, or would you know?
I think so. I think I have to research that. Here's something more up the retro alley. Alex Kidd. I'll bring that up. Have you guys seen this? Are you interested?
Nice.
Retro. It's coming. I'm really excited about this because it's redone graphics. I like retro reimagined.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the Cotton reimagining too.
I got it.
Oh, is it great?
Yeah, it's really good. I beat it too easy though. It's really easy. I didn't know it was that easy. But this is the remake. I love this. This would be perfect for the Miko too, if they could get. It's a Sega title, right?
Uh-huh. Alex Kidd is a Sega title. Yeah.
Can you imagine this on the Miko relic?
Yeah. I mean,
it'd be a hard.
Probably wouldn't happen because they would want some kind of exclusive rights to it.
Right.
So.
But look at that. Look at the graphics. I would love this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably get this day one. I didn't really like the art style of the original Alex the Kid, but this one I love. I think it's much better. Okay. Anyone else have some more topics? Oh wait, there is one more. I have to bring this up because I am super excited about this DLC. Zeno says crossplay and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's talking about Brett Rice's books. Yeah, so does Pat Nean or Pat. So what's the deal?
Sorry, I just came back. Did you guys finish talking about Outriders?
Yeah,
a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now who here likes Streets of Rage?
Me.
I love it.
Yes. There's gonna be DLC with. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm boomering.
Well, you're seeing it. We're not.
All right, Streets of Rage 4, Mr. X Nightmare DLC. I know I'll get copyright for that music. So there's more characters. I think there might be retro stages too. I have a feeling. This is one of the best beat 'em ups reimagined ever, and I'm so happy Although I sold my Sega cartridges, all 3 of them. But look, that looks like a retro stage. You going to a retro stage here?
Yeah, it looks awesome. There's going to be 3 new characters. They only revealed the first one, as you can see right there, but there's going to be 2 other ones.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Are you going to get that, Zod?
Yes, I am.
Do you have Streets of Rage 4?
Yes, I do. I have it for PS4.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so anyone else, Saggy, do you have a topic or do you have recommendations for VR for Zod or anything happening? Okay.
I know Zeno wanted me more to talk about Outriders.
Well, the games I did get for VR I got Thrill of the Fight and I got Vader episode 1. Vader Immortal
nice.
episode
Vader
1.
Immortal's amazing.
Oh, and I got Path of a Warrior too.
Nice.
So I don't know. Like you guys are into the survival horror on VR. I don't know. I didn't know which was the best game to get, so I didn't get any of those yet.
I'm afraid to play horror in VR.
I want to play The Forest on VR.
The Forest.
Yeah, it's like scary Minecraft. It's like realistic.
See,
Oh,
see,
really?
I want to get into VR because I saw Saggy play that game on PSVR, the mouse
Yeah.
game, Moss. But I look at the price of VR, I'm like, this is way too
Oh,
expensive.
yeah.
I can't get into this.
You just have to really look around. I got my PSVR for like with that rifle.
I was gonna wait
and
for
all
the
the
new
stuff
one
for like
though.
150
Yeah, they're
bucks.
coming out with the next gen VR, so I'll just wait for that. To be honest with you,
Oh, yeah.
I feel it looks a lot better.
Well, Zeno, you want to come on next week and we'll talk about Outriders more for a segment? Feel free to come on because I'm just getting into it.
Yeah.
I've just it's really smooth combat. I'm
loving the story. The story is very interesting.
Yes, yeah. My only critique of it is that there's like arenas and then a cutscene, and you don't really go to the next. It's like not as smooth as like.
I'm just nervous about the inventory wipes because my friend had that happen a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw that happen too. I haven't been playing the last couple of days, but yeah, the technical issues of that game are crazy. Like I was playing with Hans and Zeno, and like my game kept crashing. Like NPCs who like weren't supposed to be vendors became vendors, and my game would bug out and crash.
I don't want to grind and then lose all my shit because then I'll lose my shit.
Really?
They just came out a new patch, so I'll see if it fixes the game at all. But yeah.
Geeks with Cash.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tag team it.
Yeah, hey, Geeks with Cash, go sub to Mad Matt Vids and his Twitch too. Yeah, go start pimping your Twitch because I know you and Saggy are more off. Put your Twitch link in here, Mad Matt, because I know you're pretty active on there. And can we look at his shirt again? I want this shirt. Yeah. Look at that. That's his logo. That is legit. Yo, that's fire. I want that shirt. I'm gonna get that somehow.
Courtesy of ACS Universe.
Yeah, let me know. That's one I want to get. Here he is. Oh, homie H is on it. That's what Saggy calls him. Okay.
What do you mean get off Wi-Fi? You know, everyone's having issues with the game. It's not a Wi-Fi issue. The whole game's crashing, my man. Like the servers are horrible right now. I mean,
is it as bad as Cyberpunk though? No.
Well, it's a different circumstance. I mean, it's definitely had a lot of issues with people. I mean, I'd say having your whole inventory wiped and all your progress reset. I mean, that's pretty bad.
Okay.
Not as bad though, I would say. I mean,
I'd punch my monitor.
That's the thing with online games though. Everyone's gonna have a unique experience. Like, there's no like rules. Like, one person could have like an amazing time with the game, but someone else is gonna have like nonstop issues. So,
lots of people do. That's why I have a hard time playing fighting games. Because everyone does that.
Yeah, it's because the way my house is built, my router has to stay downstairs. So unless I get a really long Ethernet cable and go like wire it all the way upstairs to my room, it's like, yeah, I can't.
Okay, I don't know if I want to address that, Leo Diaz, because we're kind of past it. We haven't made smear videos on. I'll just highlight. No one's made smear videos on it. We show how biased they are because of their past content of Listen. Their channel is dedicated to finding. They have scam of the week. They cover, so they have a lot of bias and agenda to find the next big scam, and they're trying to. It's not organic the way they're presenting it to their audience to say this is the next big thing. You could say that the games don't interest you, but to say he's trying to pull one over and do something disingenuous to the public is bullshit. It's bullshit. So that's why there's no smear against them. Me and my friends have called them Gandalf and Frodo, which is a slight jab because that's the way they look in there, and they're complaining about mascot characters while surrounded by mascot characters. So that's not true. I don't. We'll talk later in a DM.
Yeah. Actually, I did have another topic to bring up. I could share my screen real quick. They announced a new WWE 2K game at WrestleMania last night.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, the series took a hiatus because of how bad 2K20 was. So it looks like Rey Mysterio's on the cover. I don't know. I want to be optimistic, but 2K20 was so bad, like legendarily bad, that I'm concerned. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm happy about this.
I hope the year-long break helped. I mean, we don't know who's developing it at all, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like the 2K games need to like die forever. Maybe, I don't know.
I like that more when it was like THQ or whatever with SmackDown.
Yeah.
Actual story modes, I could care less about wrestling matches on a video game.
Well, 2K20 tried to have a story mode, but it was like the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, look up videos of it. It like the writing and just what they did is like so bad.
Oh man, that's disappointing because it's been a while.
I'm looking for that because I don't want to gloat. And listen, shout out to Cyrus, the video game virus. Because I got his PS5. I'm getting it tomorrow. My wife's excited. She's all excited about playing Bug Snacks. That's her type of game.
But like, you know what? But when Bug Snacks was first announced, everyone made fun of it. But then it came out, and then it was actually turned out to be a very good game with good writing.
Did Cyrus give you a good deal, Max?
Yes, he did.
He's
a legit dude. This is what I mean. Like when we're attacking someone's intentions and stuff. Cyrus just wants to have fun.
Hey, I already know Cyrus is a good dude. Cyrus has always been legit. Yes.
In saying that I'm being disingenuous because I think they're a good dude. I've personally talked to them. We're friends now. Cyrus has become one of my best friends here because he really that was like extending the hand of friendship because I really wanted a PS5 and he just like, okay. Well, I mean, he wasn't playing it much. But that took a lot to him to reach out to me and say, I was joking before when I'm like, Retro Bro, I'm like, you didn't do, I was joking around. I never expected him to actually reach out to me. And it was just a genuine friendly. There was
here's the thing. If it's just sitting there, you know, if it's just sitting there, and he didn't
have to do that. He could have made awesome. He could have made a profit on it. He didn't have to do that.
I'm still trying to get him to sell his Neo Geo to me, but I think he sold that PS5. He felt good.
Real quick, Max, original Next Level Gaming. Please, the first game you need to play is Astrobot because that shows all the features of the controller. When I first got my PS5 and I booted up Astrobot, I was blown away. Right. Like the H. I don't know what you describe it, like the rumble, I guess.
Well, I played Astrobot triggers, for the VR, but I haven't played. Yeah,
that game is amazing. I'm not even kidding. It's only like a demo game, kind of. It's like you'll probably get like 5 hours of it. I got the platinum trophy. It's probably one of the most fun games I played last year. No joke. I had a lot of fun with it.
And that and the new Ratchet and Clank. I'm also going to create another topic next week. Next gen. Should you buy it? And I'm going to say yes. But should you actually buy the games? And I would say no. Wait for these services. I am for physical games, but you can have a very fruitful and happy experience just buying the systems and subscribing to either Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, and you'll have a lot of fun and you'll save money. I've actively not bought games because like Outriders, I got that on the Game Pass. I don't have to pay for that. It's an amazing experience. There's so much there. So my next video is I kind of blew the load there.
Yeah.
Don't buy. Okay, go ahead.
I have bad news.
Oh no!
I'm so upset. So y'all know I love me some Apex Legends.
I knew how to do with Apex. I fucking knew.
You should know. You should already know.
I thought we should talk about Power
Rangers.
Rangers.
They're gonna have Titanfall next season.
No.
I'm gonna play Apex per second.
Shush, Max is important.
Right.
They're taking away Lifeline Shield. I am absolutely.
Oh, good. Now
she gets red.
No. She's my mate. Listen. So in Apex Legends, for those of you who don't know, there's characters have abilities, and one of the abilities that this character Lifeline has is she's the only. She's the only healer. She's the only healer in the game, and she's
making a fair environment.
They gave her a buff. They gave her a buff a few seasons ago. One of her abilities was she was able to revive knockdown teammates faster and heal faster. So they changed it a few seasons ago and gave her a buff where now her little drone, her little healing drone actually is the one that revives teammates while your character can still fight, and it puts up a shield that protects whatever's behind it, including the person getting up. So now they're actually taking that away. And here's the thing. The reason why I'm mad is because I love Apex because it's a very balanced game. all of the characters in the game that have abilities, it's very well balanced. All of the abilities have their perks, but they also have their downsides. So having this whole thing happen, it's like they're taking the balance away, and I'm very upset and very sad. And I don't know if I'm going to continue playing Apex, y'all. Like, this is a big deal.
Oh, you'll keep
Baggy, are
playing.
I'm
they
very
adding
upset.
You're gonna
anything
keep
new
playing
that
it.
might help bring that balance back in place?
So I honestly, they haven't said anything yet, but the fact that the character, when it first began, they gave her a buff because she was only allowed to revive one person. She's the only healing support character in the game. So when they gave her the buff, it made it a little bit more balanced, because now, instead of, being stuck having to revive somebody, if you have a lifeline on your team, you can revive, 2 people at a time, or you can revive somebody, keep fighting to protect the teammate that's getting picked up. So now I don't know what they're actually going to do with the character, if they're taking away that ability, what they're going to do to make her balanced, because it does feel like it's a pretty balanced game right now. So when they do these things, it really makes you wonder how that's going to impact the game.
I think a good way to do it would be like for the shield to go if you're physically picking them up instead of the drone. I think that would be a pretty good balance.
Well, that's what it was originally. I
thought the drone put the shield up.
So when the game first came out, when she was picking up a teammate, the drone would put out a shield and protect her and the teammate while being picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Then they gave it a buff where the drone picked up the teammate instead, so that lifeline can still fight and combat, which made it better.
I'm saying like if she picks him up, it's the shield, and then like if you just throw the drone,
but now we're just going to go back to that. It's just going to be listen, it was very balanced. I'm very sad to hear that they're doing it, but I am excited to say that what RJ said is they are bringing, for you Titanfall fans, they are bringing Titanfall elements, more Titanfall elements too. You know what, Eddie? That's the negativity we were talking about earlier. Okay, calling Apex dumb. Okay, that's the negativity we was talking about earlier. Now we're gonna get into scrapping, because
I'm still mad, Saggy, because I got back into Apex because of her, and I dropped $30 in the Champions Edition.
You cost him money.
In the game.
I'm still gonna play. I'm still gonna
all
play.
All right, Saggy. Now that you're back, can you give me some VR recommendations?
Oh, so I started.
Fine, guys. You can keep going, but this will take a while.
No, well, so here's the thing. I started doing streaming again on Twitch. Max watched me. I picked up the Walking Dead Onslaught game, and I've played. So I played Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. So I like both games. Zod, I feel like you would actually probably prefer Walking Dead Saints and Sinners more than Onslaught, because Onslaught's for more fans of the TV show. It doesn't have real survival elements, but Saints and Sinners does. And I like Saints and Sinners because it's in the style of, it's a real survivor game. Like, if you find a weapon, you have to like get equipment on the field, like get materials to make it more durable, because they will break. You have a limited amount of space to carry things in your backpack, but it's very interactive. You can touch everything, and it's so cool. And the zombies aren't as like, they're scary, but they're not as like super scary. But
as of right now, I've been having fun beating up thugs in Path of a Warrior.
Well, Michael, I'm not highlighting that.
Smashing people over the head with stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no.
I don't like you spreading rumors, Michael.
So 2 games I would recommend that you would like is definitely Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and also Blood and Truth. I played Blood and Truth a while back. Blood and Truth is really fun. It's like a shooter type style game, action game. It's really fun. It's pretty easy. The graphics are very, very well done. There's one scene in the game where you're at a club, and while you're fighting bad guys, like before you fight bad guys, you could actually like DJ on the deck and like do lights and change the music and stuff. And it's actually like you're literally sitting there like doing it's so cool. But yeah, I've been getting really back into virtual gaming.
Wait, what? Michael Garvey?
Cool.
What?
Don't
Michael Garvey's here. You're having RJ.
I took off the audio.
Okay.
I thought you were having mine.
Wait, so this is the day before?
Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all if y'all seen this after they were done talking.
No, I have not seen this.
I thought it looks pretty cool. Looks like it's like a zombie type thing. It reminds me of The Division, just with zombies.
Yeah,
looks really cool.
Yeah, the graphics look clean.
Yeah,
this is for everything: PC, Xbox, PlayStation 5, Amico. No, I'm just kidding. I can still joke about the Amico. No, this is not going to be on the Amico. But is it for PS5, Series X?
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
See, that's my problem too with the PS. I'm telling you, they gotta stop doing this. I really wish Microsoft and PlayStation will stop doing this, where they release a new console, but they'll release games for both new gen and the previous gen. And it's like, why would I want to buy a?
Well, they have to do that though, Saggy, because if they
It's gonna
don't,
take
then
forever
the
for everyone to
consumer
get that.
base.
Right.
Yeah,
but
they
here's
wouldn't
the-
make any money on it.
We gotta
Right.
maximize our profit, Saggy.
Right, but they.
I
feel
blame
like
Nintendo.
no.
Nintendo
I feel like
started that trend.
I'd feel like they'd maximize their products if they come out with a couple games that's exclusive for PS5. Because here's the thing.
But no one can
Now-
get a PS5 right now.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Helpers.
I blame
Right.
Nintendo because they are the ones that started developing a game, promising it's going to be in the system. Oh, we'll just do it for the next console.
Right, but this is but here's the thing, right? I'm excited to play the new Final Fantasy VII remake DLC that's coming out, or the new DLC in the part 2. Guess what? Now I need a PlayStation 5 to play it. That's bullshit.
It's
That's
not. It's
bullshit.
not.
No,
It's
it is
not.
bullshit. Because I'm not gonna get PlayStation 5 just to play Final Fantasy 1 freaking DLC.
You will. You will. You're gonna get a PS5 so you can play as
RJ,
Yuffie.
You should make a
RJ,
rant
no.
video on that.
RJ, are you gonna buy my PS5? Are you buying me a PS5?
Sure.
Okay,
When
if
this
you buy
show
me a
takes
PS5,
off, you
sure.
don't have to worry about it. This show is
So how do you
legit.
guys all feel if the next Switch comes out, the Pro, and you can only play Metroid on that?
That's what's
Oh,
going to happen.
I'd be so.
I'm not
That's
a Nintendo
exactly-
gamer.
I don't think it's gonna be a. I
don't play Nintendo.
prediction.
So.
I don't think it's gonna be a Switch Pro. I think it's gonna be Switch 2. I don't think it's gonna be a Pro. I think it's gonna be a sequel console.
You should make a
It's gonna
video
be
on
Switch 2 eyes.
It could be a Switch, Super Switch.
Switch.
The Switch.
Because I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna announce Switch 2 and say Breath of the Wild 2 will launch with that
that. See,
system.
this is thank you, Snow. This is a definition of e-begging. I give you a 5.
Well, actually, I have one
No,
more thing.
is an e-beggar.
I have one more thing to share real quick because I just thought about this. Next Thursday is the Resident Evil showcase. I have
can't wait.
I have no idea if I'm gonna cover it, but I made a thumbnail, so I'm getting excited for this.
Okay.
Oh my god, I've been starting to watch. So here's the thing, right?
I like the tall ladies. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
So here's the crazy thing. When I played Resident Evil 7, I did not do it in VR because I didn't have the VR headset at the time. So I had played it through with the regular controller and my TV. Then I had to go back because everyone was like, now that I have the thing, they're like, you got to play Resident Evil 7 in the VR. I was like, all right. So mind you, this is someone who's already beaten the game twice, mind you. I put on the VR headset. My ass wasn't even going in the first house. I was like, nope, it's too dark in there. I'm not doing it because you can't adjust the lighting. So now I'm looking at Resident Evil 7. I'm looking at the gameplay and I'm like, I know this is also in VR. And I'm like,
Oh, I'm doing it.
hell
yeah,
no.
I don't think
Hell
Resident Evil 8's gonna have a VR mode from what they're saying. It's just gonna be regular first person. But from what I understand, next Thursday they're gonna have extended gameplay. Apparently a demo's dropping on PS5 and maybe PS4 as well. So look out for that. I'm excited for sure. Like I think out of all the games this year, I think Resident Evil 8 Village might be my most anticipated. Because I just loved Resident Evil 7.
I'm a hardcore Resident Evil fan dating back to number 1. So I've played every Resident Evil game, including the bad ones. We don't talk about the bad ones. But
what, you didn't like Operation Raccoon City? You didn't like that one?
It was so.
What about Umbrella Corps? Umbrella Corps?
I had fun playing Operation Raccoon City, but I can also be the one to acknowledge that game was dirt, like absolute dirt. The mechanics on it was so bad that it was fun.
Hot take. I'm gonna drop a hot take real quick. Resident Evil 5 and 6 get way too much hate.
They do though. See,
Resident Evil 5 is a great co-op shooter. Like no joke.
Well, Resident Evil 6, I liked Resident Evil 6 because the concept they had, which is you can play this with other players in the game in certain scenes to kind of make the story kind of, go together. So I liked it, but I wasn't that big of a fan of 7. I'm not gonna lie. Well, here's the thing. The reason why. Did you see Chris Redfield? What did they do?
Yeah, but they changed his design in 8, so it's fine.
Bro, they did, but it wasn't that drastic. Like put it this way, they had Chris Redfield that basically was retro, bro, and they turned him into like somebody like else, like some kind of like Doogie Howser, and I'm sitting there like, bro, How do you go from looking like Retro Bro to Doogie Howser? How did that happen? I
Well,
don't
now
understand.
when they changed his design though, now he looks more like Resident Evil 5 Chris. So
Now he looks more like, who the hell is this man's? But I mean, I liked 7 and I played 7. I will play 8 because I love Resident Evil. So
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Resident Evil 8's taken a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil 4. And I recently played Resident Evil 4 this year, which is a fantastic game. And the rumor is Capcom is going to announce a remake of that pretty soon. Because they've done all the remakes for all the games so far. So next one up will be 4.
Well, here's the thing. Here's another hot take. Because I know this is I will say that, you know how you said Resident Evil, what'd you say, 5 and 6 get too much hate? I think Resident Evil 4 gets way more praise than it deserves, to be honest.
What? Resident Evil 4 is like one of the best games ever made.
Resident Evil 4... No. The reason why I liked Resident Evil 4, but the reason why I hated it is because when you finally get that annoying broad...
Ashley.
When you finally get Ashley, she was the most annoying. That was the worst NPC partner I've ever had in any game. Like that bitch would be like, I'd be like, can you come here so that dude doesn't whip your ass? You come, right?
And then if you don't save her, you die.
Right. We'll talk about haters. The Retro Bro, I like him, but I have a real problem with his absolute hate towards Sonic CD. How can you call yourself a Retro Bro and not appreciate one of the best Sonic games ever made?
He has Sonic CD.
Here we go.
No, I have a real issue with Retro Bro. Am I gonna fight him? No, because he kicked my ass. He's power up nutrition.
I'll be honest, Sagi. Here's the thing.
I'm still upset about it, Retro Bro.
Yeah, I played Resident Evil 4 for the first time this past year. I think if you go back, I think I played like January. Everyone told me Ashley's like the worst NPC side, like trail, like what do you call it, escort mission of all time in gaming.
She was.
But here's the thing: I played it. Was she annoying a little bit? No, but as long as you tell her to like to hide in like garbage bins or whatever, it's fine.
Bro,
just don't have her out in the open.
What did you play it on? What did you play it on?
PS4.
Right. So you didn't play it when it was new, when it was fresh, because I guarantee you they fixed that problem because so many people had grievances with it, bro. Let me tell you how many times I had to redo missions because that bitch would not follow me. I'd be sitting there like, bro, can you move? And hey, this dude is coming. I'm telling you to move. Why aren't you moving? And then she gets hit. She's like, help me! You know how many times I've left that bitch?
Order her to hide.
You know how many times I've left her? I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna help you. I'm just gonna sit there and watch them wreck your ass. And I did because it was so annoying. But yes, they did fix her a little bit in the newer version. So of course you don't understand the struggle of the Ashley escort service that Leon was tasked with. And that's why I say originally the Resident Evil 4, the first one, the original one, nah, bro. That was the most frustrating game I had ever played. Bro, but I will say the best thing about that, if you ever go to that scene where you're on the dock and you just chill on that dock for long enough, and that thing pops up and kills you, that was the best thing ever.
Oh yeah. That
I did not expect that.
I did that for the trophy. I was
out at you, Saggy, and I want to know your thoughts because it is kind of related. But Dino Crisis, should it come back?
Oh, I want a remake of that so bad.
So I did play Dino Crisis.
We do have to end the show soon. Not to interrupt, but it's gone. We're having a great time. But
we're having a fun time.
Well, I'll do the show then. You can end it.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Hi, everyone.
Well, somebody has to end it. No, somebody has to end it. But no, I will say I would like to see if what they would do bringing Dino Crisis back. Because I think it did have potential. I think it did not get enough attention it deserved because it was kind of like a copy paste of Resident Evil in a sense.
Yeah.
So I think that it could come back and it really should come back. I would love to see what they would do with it, but I also fear that it'd be compared to too much like a Jurassic Park type style. I don't know. I think they should remake it though. But you know what would be cool if they didn't like VR.
You guys are all into VR, man. I'm just jealous over here because I don't have
future, baby.
Well, here's the thing. Well, don't say the future, Matt. You have an Oculus Quest. How often do you use it?
How often do you use it? Well, not often because I get sick.
I just wanted to bring up the Resident Evil 8 thing. I don't know if I'm going to cover it on this channel or my own channel, but I definitely hope you guys watch it if you're interested, for sure. Because
I'm 100% want to watch it.
Yeah. Because I'd love to do a watch party, reaction to stuff, man. That'd be awesome.
Max also this channel says the PlayStation Plus podcast says this channel, RJ, you must respect when the PlayStation Plus podcast speaks. Doesn't speak often, but when it does, you
When
know
he tries
it's
to end the
serious.
show, he just leaves, gives up.
Well, and then he tells me, "Hey, we gotta do this the watch party for the Resident Evil showcase on this channel." So I can do that. That'd be fun.
I'm glad that this. I'm glad we get to do this. Hopefully we'll get back to more regular gaming talk, so Eddie doesn't look like he wants to punch somebody in the head, and Eddie's not sitting there
Trust
ignoring
me,
us while
trust
he's on
me.
his phone,
Eddie!
not paying attention
Angry
to
Eddie,
anything.
Angry Eddie is terrifying. You
That's
don't
a
want
face
to.
Dude,
that he's done with
I'm not gonna
E-drama.
lie. Angry Eddie is terrifying. When he was even fake being mad,
Even
it
though
was
Max isn't
terrifying.
here, he's still here.
Right. Y'all didn't see Eddie when he was fake mad. I really believed he was mad, so I was just like, I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, you don't want to see Eddie when he's angry. He's like
Oh shit!
the
He's
Hulk.
what?
It's really
No, there he is.
intimidating, and you don't want to be on the
Eddie's
again.
hacking Saggy right now as we speak.
Is that what he's doing on his
Yeah.
phone? He's
Well,
hacking.
I do look
Don't
forward to your
hack me,
guys'
bro.
next podcast, and hopefully it'll be more related to just games. So and
Oh yeah, 100%.
and
Yeah.
a lot of PlayStation stuff because there's a lot to talk about. What's going on?
It's
For
an
sure.
awkward moment when you realize that this is like the first time in a while we've had like Matt on, and then we had Zod on, and then the first thing is like,
This more
big
Miko
huge
drama.
fight, right? Big drama, and we're just sitting here like, what? I was quiet the whole time. I'm sitting there like just like looking at chat, eating my sushi. Like, okay, I'm just gonna finish eating so I could be a little.
Well,
bit more
I mean,
calm.
I've never seen Eddie so quiet on a live stream. Well, he's quiet sometimes, but I mean, this one really, he was like the quietest ever. So.
Yeah, no. When Eddie pops off, it's a weird thing because when you see Eddie on a stream and he's usually the most like happy, smiling person, and then when you see him just scowl like he was, it's like, oh, okay. When Eddie is not happy, there's a problem. Look at that face. By the way, fun fact: Eddie has the most authentic, evil, sinister, bad guy laugh. He did it one time, and I was like, oh my god, I really want Eddie to grow because he's very, very talented as an actor. Like, you guys got to see some of the clips that we have that we post everywhere. He does acting amazing, and he has the perfect evil. I wish he would do it. Eddie, please do the evil laugh. Please do it. It's the best thing ever. He does. He has like an evil Mortal Kombat guy laugh. It's friggin' beautiful. Eddie, please. Yeah, see that? He can't do it on the spot. He did it once, and it was so ridiculously creepy.
I said end the show. Are we ending the show?
No, we're
I
talking
got
about
stuff-
Eddie.
I got
Why-
stuff to do.
What do you
Thanks
have
for
to do? What do you
watching the
have to do, Matt?
PlayStation Plus podcast.
Oh, Brian.
Hopefully next week we actually.
Good
talk
night,
about
everybody.
games.
Night.
Have a
Take
good
care,
day,
guys.
everyone. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for coming.
And stay
everyone.
nerdy.
And stay nerdy. Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter.
Hey, wait. We can't get copyright
sorry.
there. Like, we can't get copyright. That's I should say. Yeah. So, anyways, don't
my
don't
God,
tell anybody.
Maggie, I'm trying to end
wait,
it. Okay.
Wait, I got an outro. Hold on. I got a better one.
All right.
We have
All
an
right,
outro
guys.
now?
Yeah, we got an outro. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, folks, don't tell anybody what to spend
This
your
is
money
messed up.
on.
Brian just
Don't
did
tell
that.
them what to spend your money on. And everybody just, be happy. Much love. And we out this bitch.